No. This need not be streamlined.
Yeah, we'll only
We
share it
can.
afterwards.
हाँ, हम अपने लिए रख लेते हैं इसको रिकॉर्ड कर लेते हैं.
Yes, I put it
Online
on record.
stream is not required. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so like I said, for every genre, we'll just all discuss and we'll decide this is the bare minimum that we ought to draw from this.
Yes.
Is that everybody is on the same page? Shirley?
Yes.
Shirley,
Yep.
Yeah.
you're also okay with it?
Yeah.
Right. So पहले कौन से start? Somebody please make notes. We'll draft the rate card later. I was thinking of doing it on the fly, but then I will have to share the screen. Then I can't see everybody. So we'll go one by one and we'll make notes. Whoever can write down the notes, please do.
I
चलेगा?
think girls are better at taking notes.
And boys are better sitting back. है ना?
नहीं, कॉलेज में भी लड़कियां ही सबसे ज्यादा नोट्स लिखती हैं.
अच्छा, ठीक है. चलो पहला जॉनरा कौन सा लेना है? Everybody talk, okay? Not just me who's gonna talk.
I think corporate explainers ही लेते हैं सबसे ज्यादा, वही करते हैं.
Corporate films, yeah, corporate films.
Okay, corporates. So, see, corporates will be charged per minute. ठीक है? Does anybody charge in any different way? Please tell, okay? Don't stop. So I'm writing per minute. Any ideas?
I charge a
Normally-
little differently.
Yeah, tell me that.
हाँ, ठीक है. Laksh, go ahead.
मैं अंशुमन से I think उस दिन बात भी कर रहा था. We spoke about the rate card, about certain things. तो मैं generally first minute के लिए थोड़ा ज़्यादा charge करता हूँ.
Correct.
And then any following minutes, I charge probably half of what I charged for the first minute. And then onwards. So for example, if let's say I charge 3,000 per minute for the first minute, then what I do is I charge 1,500 for any subsequent minutes. So अगर 3 minute का VO है, तो वो 6,000 के लिए is what I quote.
Yeah. Supposing it goes for very long, let's say 15 minutes presentation it is, then how would you charge?
तो वो 15 minutes presentation जो है ना,
हाँ,
वो generally online web usage के लिए नहीं होती, फिर वो internal हो जाती है.
हाँ, internal function like corporate presentation.
हाँ, तो internal के लिए तो I definitely like I have a different charge altogether, like a 300 rupee per minute charge, which is completely only for internal usage. Web usage के लिए सिर्फ मैं ये higher charge करता हूँ जो corporate explainers होते हैं ना, जैसे whiteboard videos हो गए या फिर animated explainers, corporate explainers हो गए. Internal के लिए मैं completely different करता हूँ. E-learning के लिए तो कभी-कभी मैं 3-4 घंटे के modules करता हूँ, तो उसमें तो मैं like I charge them per finished hour. So that is a completely different category.
E-learning is a per hour
E-learning is
rate. We'll
different,
not talk,
right?
yeah.
E-learning is-
This
Yeah,
is
so
only corporate. See, now what he's talking about two things here. He's talking about corporate explainer videos, and I'm talking about corporate presentations. So corporate presentation, like, you know, a brand, it's a brand that it could be internal or it could be even for their promotion. Irrespective of where they're using it, a corporate presentation is what I was thinking of. He's talking about an explainer.
Can we limit the time, the maximum time that we're talking about?
Yeah, I think around 5 minutes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we shouldn't go by 5 or 10 minutes, whatever. I don't think beyond 10 minutes.
Yes, correct. So let's put it at 5 minutes. How much would we charge as a minimum? So what are the takes here?
We're
Anshuman?
going per minute basis, right?
Yes, Shirley.
Um,
Shirley, you said something. I did not get it.
Mhm.
no, I just asked whether we are going by per minute basis, right?
Yeah.
So we're directly going for
No,
5
so
minutes.
Preeti, I think first of all, let's hear it from everybody quickly. What is the mode in which they are charging,
Okay.
and then we'll formulate, with
Yeah.
mutual
Better-
consent, we'll
better way,
formulate a
that's
formal.
better.
So Laksh ने बताया per minute. Okay.
ठीक है.
Now Aniket can tell.
Aniket, how do you charge?
Sometimes it's per minute and sometimes it's like depends on words. You know, if they are like it's 100 words only or it's 200 words only. If they give their scripts in words only, because they can't share the script upfront sometimes. So in that cases, I quote them per 100 words in that sense. Then like for per
And what is-
100 words.
Yeah.
Can you give a figure? I mean, can you explain with a figure?
Sure. Like, so I charge around like 1,500 per 100 words, that in that sense. Then around that much.
तो अगर 10 मिनट का हुआ 9 मिनट का यदि हुआ, if a
Right,
film is about corporate film is 9 minutes, so how much would
right.
you charge in total?
So this is like 9 minutes के आसपास का होगा, तो like approximately it comes at I think 7,000,
No,
7.5
no.
close to
It
that.
will come much more.
Much
See,
more?
120
guess.
words, 120 words will produce a minute in a normal
Right,
good
right,
speed,
right.
right?
Right,
So
okay.
it will come close to 900 or something.
Okay, my bad, sorry.
Yeah,
My bad.
yeah.
Right.
It
Okay,
should come more
ठीक
like
है.
that.
Yeah.
So हम लोग per minute, see, if you are talking per minute, we are actually speaking 120 words.
Right. So
Okay.
I actually I calculated with like what I've charged in the past, I guess.
That's
And
fine, that's fine. But tell us
right.
what it is, like how you charge.
So that was, I think, because it was more in duration. Ki, it's going to 10 minutes or so. So that time I thought ki, okay, I could charge a little bit less. So that's how I charge like 7,000, I think.
7,000.
Yeah.
For 1,500 words, you're saying, na?
No, for that this was for 900 words.
900 words,
Right,
okay.
yeah, that time, yeah.
Okay.
But like that's the minimum. Like I haven't gone below that till this.
Yeah. Anshuman?
Right.
I'll share at the end of it because I have a different model. So
Yes.
सुन लेते हैं पहले. Shirley, would you like to share?
Yeah, what I'm thinking is like when we get a script, we always have first actually looking at the script and then deciding based on the technicality of the script how the charges should be done, should be made.
Yes.
That is what I do.
So
Because
technicality, as far technicality is concerned, once we talk about the normal script, जिसमें कोई medical के बड़े-बड़े words नहीं है, कोई technical words नहीं है, so we are, let's take that first, and then if there are some technical words and all, then how do we go about it? So normally हम पहले अगर ये समझ लें, if we understand that what is the model that everybody is following, and then probably we can formulate, because unless we know, जैसे अभी Laksh and Aniket have shared, so quickly if we can know what what model everybody is following, then
yeah,
it will be
see,
easy
mine
for us
also
to
is the
formulate.
same. Mine is similar to what Laksh said. I charge differently for the first minute, and then I charge a little lesser in the following minutes.
And
So,
this goes for corporate films only, or it goes for
Uh,
even ads?
it goes for both, not going beyond 5 minutes. I stop it at 5 minutes, and if it's really, because I don't think any
Likewise.
promo, any explainer goes beyond 5 minutes. Not many. So
And
my
just to add to what Shirley's saying, I'm so sorry, Shirley, to interrupt. The thing is, the reason why we charge more for the first minute, probably this is my funda, I don't know about Shirley, is because there are many brands that have a higher paying capability that might have a shorter ad, probably lesser than a minute, many of the times. And if we charge per minute, like let's say 1,500 or 1,000 or 2,000, whatever, we might not be able to, do justice to bigger brands versus smaller brands or their ability to pay. Because the first minute, अगर हम लोग ज़्यादा रखते हैं, तो at least we can make sure that even if smaller ads are coming for bigger brands, we are getting our due. That's what I feel.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
Okay, anybody else would like to share?
Hi, Preeti.
Hi,
Actually, I just have one question. I mean, we are talking about all the rates and everything. Of course, till date, what I have done free of cost. So this call was very important for me.
Oh my God. Okay.
Honestly speaking, yeah. But one question is, I mean, say for an example, I don't have anything at home. Okay, suppose I'm going to do it in the studio. So in that case, how do we calculate everything? Is my basic thing.
Okay. Yeah, good.
Because
We'll come
every
to that.
person I may plan to, yeah, I definitely am
Yeah, we
planning
will.
to, yeah.
Right. So
But
I'll just give you a few points. We'll be coming back to it
Yeah.
again. So in the
Right.
studio thing is you should have find out the hours that the studio is charging. Where is the studio
Okay,
close to
okay.
you? How much are you going to take for traveling to that studio? So those cost
Okay.
things will have to include. You'll have
Right,
to
right.
keep them with you. Okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah, that I got your point. My point was what we all are discussing now. Say for an example, Lakshya said that okay, fine, 3,000 for first minute.
correct.
So Lakshya may have his own studio.
No, irrespective of whether he has his
Huh,
studio or
okay,
not,
okay,
he
okay.
will be charging that simply because
Okay, got
for
it, got it.
making his home studio, he has spent money, which has to be recovered.
Right, right.
Right.
Oh,
So
yeah,
whether he
got
goes
the
to a
logic.
private studio or he uses his own studio, the
Yeah,
money
only
has to
difference will be,
Absolutely.
yeah, commuting. Yeah, only difference will be
correct.
maybe
Commuting
commuting
will
and
probably
a
yes.
little, yeah, more or less. Okay,
Yes.
got
See,
got
those
the point.
miscellaneous charges basically that are spent
Mm-hmm.
in commuting or reaching the
Mm-hmm.
studio, etc., spending time for traveling,
Yeah, less,
etc.,
yeah,
of course, are inconveniences, but that's not what I add to my basic rate.
right,
I
right.
charge the
Okay,
same whether I'm recording at a studio or at my own studio.
okay.
But at my own studio,
Uh-huh.
I only deliver a raw file at this particular cost. If that
Oh,
file has to be
okay.
treated or cleaned or
Huh,
EQ'd
huh,
or changed or
got,
mixed in
yeah.
any manner, I
Uh-huh.
charge extra for a sound engineer. I also know how to do it myself. Sometimes I charge extra for my own services as well. So it
Okay,
completely
yeah, this
depends
was
on
the point actually I wanted to,
what
yeah,
works.
I
Yeah.
wanted to check. Yeah, perfect, perfect. Yeah, got it.
Yes. Monica, Shantani is beginning with her career. Yeah.
So basically, I am not done yet corporate. I'm not into the corporate videos.
Okay.
But what rate I was given earlier was, it was per page wise.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yes. So it was 1,500 per pages.
Okay. So that's roughly 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes.
Right.
Okay. So you
Totally
give
depends upon the font size, man.
Those are normals. 12.
11, 12. Yeah. 11,
But
12.
yes, I'm basically I'm doing Gujarati, so I've never received any corporate videos into Gujarati.
I
Yes.
see. Okay. Okay. Fine. Who else? Shinde, Rohit Shinde. Anagha. Those who are working in the market, just come up with all the ideas that you have and the way you have been costing. So we'll then create something around everybody's way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody would like to share? Vihan.
Actually, Vihan is my son's name.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
Chalu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could rename
I'm
yourself. We can
Yeah.
refer to you. You could
Hi.
rename. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hi.
I'm Chalu here.
Yeah. Hi,
Actually, quite long in this group, and I just wanted to know that what freshers should charge, because not exactly fresher. I have some experience as well, but what I have observed is that every client wants to be work to be done in minimum and minimum and minimum, and they
Absolutely.
goes beyond the minimum charges even in our group as well. So can we set some rules, or at least for our group, so that
Exactly.
yeah, the work is creative work, and it doesn't have its own status. So it there should be some rules at least, so
Right.
that it should not be like that you are just paying like nuts. Somebody asks for like very 100 rupees, 200 rupees. That is really means I can't understand how
Yeah,
to,
we feel ashamed to even think of those such rates, right? Very true.
yeah, right,
100
right.
rupees and 200
Even
rupees,
though you
that's
are a
happened.
fresher, even
Correct.
though you are a fresher, but your voices got selected,
Exactly.
then
Exactly.
you shouldn't pay like this much, no?
Very true.
So, and it is happening in our group as well. And some clients are delaying the payment by 1 month, 2 months. Means we have to pursue them for the charges. Not
Right.
everybody do like that.
Yes.
Some do payment on the time, exact time, or just by saying once that payment is pending, they will do the payment.
Right.
But
Right.
most of the client, we have to pursue that payment is pending,
Very
and
true.
yeah, so that what I have observed in our group as well. So I joined this meeting to ask what should we charge minimum for fresher or having some experience.
Correct.
Yeah.
So there is this organization called AVA in Mumbai. They also have something called minimum rate. So some time ago they had drawn, I don't know the latest, but they have this figure of minimum 3,000 for even you just open your mouth and you say hello.
Oh,
Minimum
okay.
3,000. Okay. So minimum 3,000 is for any job. It's like one job, one iteration of one job. You should at least earn 3,000 rupees. Okay. Because it takes effort to produce that. Even in one line, hello, how are you? If I have to do that voiceover, there is what the whole process that happens. Okay, you setting up, even if it's a home studio, you're setting up your studio, you're recording that line, transferring that line to your PC, editing it, mastering it, and then sending it back. So there is so much time lapse. There is some effort that goes. So all of this should have some minimum charge. I think Anshuman has a very, very nice little snippet that he'll share about minimum charge that we should do. Yes, Anshuman.
So, Preeti, I would, taking the thread from you, what you were saying, hi, hello, how are you? I'll go even, backwards.
Yeah.
I'll narrate a small story, and then you'll understand how much of your voice is important. Okay. So my teacher, my guru, Mr. Khodaswadia, he told me this story, and this is almost like 30-35 years back, जब महाभारत में वो हरीश भिमानी वगैरह कर रहे थे, उस समय की बात बता रहे हैं. So my guru had started afresh. Our director called him, and he told his charges. He used to charge 500 rupees then. So, don't get into the figure part of it. Consider the inflation in everything when you hear that 500. So it was a very good, value at that point of time, even before Mahabharata and all. So he was called, it was an ad. Okay. Cough syrup ka ad tha. So there was an artist who was there, and my Khodas Wadia was waiting for his turn. He was thinking, ये सारे lines तो इसने बोल दिया, मैं क्या करूँगा? So maybe he's thinking that, okay, I'll get to the Hindi part or English part, something like that. And then another language also was done, and he was still wondering is what he's called for. And then he called him here. Okay, you come, because he had he has got a very, very basic voice. Almost more than Amitabh Bachchan also, for that matter. So he was told, देखिए अभी ये जो ऐड किया है ना, आपको कहाँ है सिर्फ, ठीक है, you just have to cough. ओके, इन्होंने 2 बार खांसा, इनको इनके पैसे मिल गए. So if you understand, and this is not a story which he has made or I have made, this is a true story. Okay, this is a true story, and why I'm sharing this. Of course, it has got a humor also, but it also says कि आपकी आवाज कितनी important है. कल को आप खांस सकते हैं, या फिर you can change your voice, like a चूहे की आवाज or something like that, and you can do that. So your voice has got a cost, and it has to be observed at the time. Now, yeah. So this was what I wanted to share, and Preeti, should we go ahead with the warning part of it?
Yeah, please go ahead. There's no formality.
So-
Just go ahead.
Because I was just wondering, does anybody want? Before that, anybody else wants to share about the rate that they are following,
Yeah.
so that we
Anaga,
can, we can
Anaga,
come
would you
on
like
a
to share?
mutual this one.
Just ask Anaga.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Hello?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, yeah. Basically, I'm also not aware exactly how much rate is taken professionally, but what I generally take is 1 minute. It depends on what project I have. If it is e-learning and all, it is an hourly rate. I generally take around 2,000 for 1 hour. That is what I charge. And my per minute rate is around 1,000 for smaller videos. I don't charge per first minute this much and then after this much. It's same all over. So that is how I charge.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
This doesn't include studio rates. Studio rates I put separately. That for 1 hour this would be the studio rate, and I generally do it in the studios. I do have home setup, but I prefer to go to the studios because you don't have to look after the sound engineering part of it because it is time consuming. So generally I go to the studios.
Yes. Awesome. Okay, thank you.
This is when I have worked for 5 to 7 years in this period. These were not the rates when I was fresher, definitely. So, yeah.
Okay. Yes. Anshuman can continue, I think. Anybody else would like to share? Okay, there are some people joining in. Chaitanya is there. We'll just wait for them. I think people got it in a
Before,
6:30. Yes, Shirley.
before we go ahead and whatever Anshuman has to say, I wanted to know whether we are discussing these rates for a specific language, just like English or Hindi, or even regional, because that is also important.
Actually, according to me, whether it's regional or English, the rate should not change. The rate should be always the same.
For all any language.
Yes, yes.
Of course, yes.
Yes.
आवाज change नहीं हो रही है ना,
आवाज नहीं change हो रही, exactly.
भाषा change हो रही है,
Effort
so
भी
that
नहीं
is-
change हो रहा. Correct.
yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Rupsha. Hi, Chaitanya. Would you like to share? We are discussing about the corporate voiceover rate. Okay, I think Anshuman can continue.
Okay, so the primary reason why we are even discussing the rate and why we are trying to decide upon a common thing, there are 2-3 things which I have come across in the past, 2-3 years, and this may sound a very distant threat, but this is going to be real if we do not, adhere to the minimum basic. I mean, whatever is the minimum rate, if we do not adhere to it, this might be a threat. It may not be immediately, but after some time it could be a threat. You all, I'm kind of assuming that you all would be aware that machine voices are very much coming into practice these days, and this is not today. When I had started almost in 2010, since then machine voices were there. ठीक है, उस समय बहुत pathetic sound करते थे, आज इतने pathetic sound नहीं करते हैं. That is one. Secondly, there is a tool which has come, which I got to know about, which is called Descript. Okay, so what does Descript do? So a lot of them are nodding their heads, so they're aware of it. So I want Laksha's voice, okay, and I'm a client, and Laksha has already delivered a voiceover for me in the past. I can create exactly, I can get his voice deep faked, that is the term which is used, in my own office. So see, any which ways, I don't think we will be able to counter these threats like 100%. As a nahi hoga. But when we are aware about it, and then when clients approach us, because there must be some legalities about it which I'm not aware about right now. To deep fake your voice, there must be some conditions which would be there. But the very existence of this particular technique, this particular technology, is alarming for all the voice-over artists. तो आप जिन भी clients के पास कर रहे हैं, कल को उनको पता चल गया, और यदि if they are not having a very good ethical rule about themselves, they can do that. And hence what will come to your rescue is your standard of, ठीक है, कहीं पर कुछ तो वहां पर होगा. I mean, this is wishful thinking that I'm doing. कुछ तो उन technologies में त्रुटि होगी, some error would be there, and they would not be able to replace you. But still, being aware of these kind of technologies also help you to maintain your standard of rate. And if we as a community, we as a Pune community, if we are united in these terms, in terms of rate, in terms of blacklisting a client who hasn't paid anybody's money, okay, then it will be good for all of us. Then we can, to some extent, we can counter these threats. And we can as well, right now also we can see, but that will take a lot of time, getting into that video and all that. You can by yourself see what all Descript can do. And Descript is not, it is made for a good purpose, that if you have recorded a script, and if there is another line which is supposed to be added to it later on, you don't have to really record it. That script will understand from your voice pattern. That tool will understand from your voice pattern, and it will replicate the same tonality, the new line which has to be added. It will record in the same manner. Voice ki tonality boliye, the bass boliye, kuch bhi boliye. So there is, you cannot make out that it has been done by a tool. And hence we are doing this, and hence we are formalizing this. And also we are not somebody new who is doing this. Bombay, quoted by my guru. He lives in Bombay, so they also have done it. So about time that we do it, and hence we are having this. Yes, Preeti.
Yes, Laksh.
Laksh.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to add to this. Excellent point brought up by Anshuman. I think it's absolutely necessary for us to understand our very, very closer threats in terms of the entire industry. I want to share a small incident. There is this US, the address is in US, but it's actually a company based out of Pakistan. But they have their address in the US. It's called Audio World. Okay. These guys had approached, these guys already have about 20 voice actors in the US who have done this for them. And they wanted someone for neutral English. So they had approached me to create an AI model of my voice, which they would eventually sell to universities as well as colleges to convert their books into speech for students who would like to listen to their books. So their model was that I would record 16,000 sentences for them in my voice, which are varying emotions, varying terms, and different kind of things, different kind of sentences in different emotions. And then they would create a model out of my voice so that in the future they can just put text and my voice would exactly modulate it automatically in the way uh, I emoted as a person. That was their model. They were paying me about $2,500 to $3,000 for this project. And on top of that, they were paying me 25% of any royalty forever for the books that would eventually be translated in my voice. So this exists. People are signing up for this. In the US, they already have 20 voice actors. See, it is going to come. Okay, there's no stopping this. But as long as we believe in the power of human emotions and a human thinking much more better than a machine at any point in time, I think we all can battle this out. As far as ethically, I did not take up the project because I don't believe in creating a competition for myself. So that's just my thought. I'm sure other people have other thoughts, but yeah, this exists for sure. Anshuman, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, that was really nice of you, Laksh, to not take it up.
Even Descript has got all these 6-7 voices who have agreed, like Laksh said, who have agreed to kind of give away their voice for any and all projects. Descript already has a bank of 6-7 voices. So yeah, this is pretty much real. I think Anagha wants to say something.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that in case this is unavoidable, this is going to happen because we are not all the voiceover actors who are there on this world. There are so many in India, abroad also. So one day or the other, this is going to happen. So in case we have to do this for descripting and all, we have to offer our voice. As Lakshya said, if we can fix the amount for royalty also, that has to be done. Maybe not today, but someday or the other. If we are discussing that regarding the rates, so we can take up this point also. In case we need to do this, as far as possible, we'll avoid. When it is unavoidable, at that time, what should be the royalty rate? That should also be discussed. That is what I feel if it is unavoidable.
See, Anagha, I just wanted to say something. All these companies that will ask you to record such sentences for creating an AI model, in the contract, and I have that contract with me, I would love to share it so that everybody in the community can see it. They sent me that contract. In that contract, there is a clause called the morality clause of your voice. They want to take away the morality clause of your voice. That means they can bend and stretch your voice in any way and use it for any kind of text tomorrow without your permission. Imagine public service announcements happening in Afghanistan in your voice, which you don't want happening. Imagine a different religion being preached in your voice to help convert someone else, which you don't want. Or imagine influencing someone else in a way that you don't want to do morally, but your voice is being used. Would you really want to give up moral rights for your life as an artist? I wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
There are
Not even just as
pornography.
an artist, Laksh, but even as a human being also. we may not want to do this.
Absolutely.
Right, right.
There are
But
pornography
people-
also in audio form. I mean, I'm sure.
Yes, yes.
Follow.
And a lot of cyber
Exactly.
things are happening. So definitely it is quite risky.
True.
I
True,
don't know
it's
if
very
recently
risky, I
you
feel.
guys go on TikTok or not, but there is this artificial intelligence voice that is talking certain scripts.
Yes. We know.
I don't remember her name, but a friend of mine from the global voice artist community, Liz Atherton, she had shared an article of that person filing a case on TikTok for using her voice in any manner, which she did not agree to at the time of when she recorded her voice. So I can share that article as well with you. You'd understand the amount of human rights that are violated when someone signs off their voice forever to someone.
Right.
And as far as legality is concerned, okay, now I don't have a clear picture of this, but what my coach told me, what my guru told me, it's very difficult to prove the authenticity of a voice. It is very difficult to prove it, on a legal basis that it is your voice only, and all the legal matters pertaining to that. It's very difficult to prove it. So वो legality में तो हम ना ही जाए तो अच्छा है, because it will take a lot of time, resource, and all that.
See, there is going to be disruption. There is disruption in everything, even of the voice artist. It will happen. So instead of doing that, because there's no, we cannot stop so many things. We'll do
No,
our
we cannot.
whatever best we can do where we are. We'll continue to better our own selves. That is my
True.
point of
And hence we are, trying to formalize the rate.
view. Right.
And hence we have formalized the rate कि global level पे क्या होता है वो तो छोड़ दीजिए, कम से कम पुणे वाले को तो हम संभाल लें.
जी,
You know
जी.
that कि कोई अगर पुणे से
Every
कोई
person
talent
has
लेने
their
आता है.
family. Yeah. हर person
That's
अपनी
such a
family
nice thought,
में चला है.
Anshuman.
Yes, Chaitanya.
That's really a nice thought.
Yeah. Thank you, Chaitanya.
और हम लोगों के लिए जो अपकमिंग है अभी अब जो मार्केट में आना है उनके लिए तो ये बहुत बड़ी हेल्प है.
Right,
Because
right.
Yes.
लॉस्ट रहते हैं, किसी ने कुछ पूछा कुछ समझ में ही नहीं आता है, सब फ्री में करते हैं तो.
That is what I said, Chaitali, in the beginning. I have done actually 3-4 things free of cost. I could not ask for money. I could not calculate anything. And I just did it free of cost. और लोगों ने भी करवा लिया मुझसे free of cost.
No, that I understand. मैंने बहुत
Yeah.
free fund काम किया है.
फ्री में तो कभी काम नहीं करने का, I would suggest.
Actually, I mean, I have started thinking that, I mean, even my son says, how come you are doing this free of cost, mom? So that is the reason I said this call was very important, actually.
You are not valuing yourself. They are
Yeah,
never.
exactly. Right.
What happens?
I totally agree. I totally agree.
I would really like to share here what happens that people think when you are working somewhere in some workplace. तो क्या होता है internal कुछ भी हो, people will approach you. अरे यार इतना कर दे. तो क्या होता है ना?
Yes.
हम वहाँ पे काम कर रहे हैं तो भाई अभी कैसे पैसे मांगेंगे? भाई कर लो फ्री में. तो अपना बहुत फ्री फंड में बहुत कुछ किया है.
I agree.
So
Can I add
you cannot
something here?
ask money that time.
Price है. See, as a beginner, there are so many times when you're not confident of getting that work. So you can do a beginner price. We can set 2 prices, Anshuman. One is a beginner price, like you are really a trainee, you've not just grasped it yet. Okay, तो आप जो भी करेंगे आप शायद प्लस माइनस में ही करोगे. उस लेवल पे जब आप हो तो हम लोग एक बिगिनर लेवल का भी, we can say, okay, when you're in a trainee phase, you can charge only this. Right, but later on you should not charge below this. Once you have got some
Yeah.
experience, of a year's experience, probably you should not charge below a certain rate.
वैसे भी जो रेट हम तय करने वाले हैं, that is the minimum thing. So a fresher can opt for that.
Correct.
A fresher can easily opt for that minimum.
But yes, you are not correct. Jyoti is one who has an awesome voice, but she has no confidence. I know that. I've met her.
Arey, nahi dear, I have that confidence, but it has to come out.
Superb actor, she's a super voice artist, but she doesn't know it herself.
No, now after this call, you just see Preeti.
Let me see. Chalo. So let us come to some the new people who've joined. Who's there? Anybody would like to share, or we can just now come to some. Aarti, would you like to say something? Rupsha?
Yeah, figures actually.
Yeah, figures. Any figures you'd like to put? We are talking about corporate voiceover right now. Yes, Rupsha, you are doing a lot of work, right, Rupsha? तो आप चार्ज कैसे करते हैं? Are you guys there?
I don't think
I think
Ruksha
they're
is.
not. Yeah, all right. So हम लोग अभी
ठीक
so
है.
next, Anshuman, you were saying about 4,000, right? The minimum.
Yes. So yeah. So I was saying, see the model again, which works in Bombay. Okay, the model which I charge, I'll share that too. Anika wants to say something. Please say.
Yes,
No, no, you continue. I'll accept. I just wanted to know how you are defining the core. What do you mean by corporate charges exactly? What do you define as a corporate charge? Or are you
we're talking
differentiate?
about the corporates, the brands, the big companies, the industries for them.
Okay,
talking
now
about
what I told, so that charge was not for big companies. I never discriminate between the clients. I just quote the same rate for
Yeah, yeah.
everybody.
Yes, that's fine.
Oh.
Your corporate charge does not mean that if Finolex comes to me, I'm going to charge this. If let's say Sunshine, which is a smaller one, I'll charge different. No, your corporate rate is corporate rate, which is the same to for Finolex. It is also same for a Sunshine or something. Getting it? So we
somebody did say about these brands and all that. मेरा प्रश्न ये है कि आपकी आवाज तो चेंज नहीं होती है किसी ब्रांड के साथ.
बिल्कुल.
So how would you or forget about voice, your F to deliver. आप अगर किसी लो ब्रांड या जो बहुत फेमस नहीं है कंपनी, यदि उसके लिए आप करते हैं, you're not going to do some cheap work, not going to say कि नहीं. So if voice doesn't change, company should not matter. I go with Anika for that matter. That and also that corporate means all these जो companies के लिए काम होता है, and even documentaries are also considered in that. I mean, I consider documentary also in the same this thing. So
even the e-learning or any other whatever voice you are giving, all is corporated. They are paying you for that, so everybody is a client for you. You'd have to decide what you should charge, and according to me, it's not, of course everybody might be thinking differently, but for me I charge same for all the clients. I don't differentiate between what the client is. I decide my charge and I opt for the same charge for all the clients. That's what I do. That's why I ask you.
To you, and you charge irrespective of it's a corporate or a documentary or an explainer video. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, right.
Okay, so how do you charge per minute?
That I differentiate between the amount of work which I am getting.
Okay.
Like if it is hourly work, like for e-learning, you have to give hours. So there you definitely cannot charge for per minute. So hourly charge, where you're sure that you're going to get the bulk of a work, there the charges are different. And if you are just doing an explainer video, some 5 minutes or so, obviously the charges are different over there. That is what I do. That's the only differentiation which I do when I charge.
Okay. So this AVA had, I mean, I think it's still there on their website. I saw it only like a couple of years back, not couple of years back, even before that. So when I was starting actually, so AVA had decided on 3,000 rupees as the minimum basic. And I'll tell you the mode, the structure in which AVA had decided. For ads, for corporate documentary films, and for ads. Okay. Leaving the e-learning part, that is a separate genre altogether. So for ads, for documentaries, for corporate films, and this is per cut. I'll come to that per cut wala thing also. They had decided 3,000 rupees, and the duration was up to 10 minutes. There is a catch in this up to 10 minutes. It means any duration, which is 10 minutes or less, is to be charged at 3,000 rupees. आपने यदि 10 सेकंड का किया 3,000 रुपया, यदि आपने डॉक्यूमेंट्री किया 8 मिनट का 9 मिनट का तो 3,000 रुपया. That's what they had decided. and this was the minimum basic. As per the artist's experience, as per the artist's caliber and all that, they increase these rates. Even I had started like that only. I had started charging 3,000 rupees for ads, for documentary films, corporate films. I charge this. I still charge. My charges are different now, but I follow the same pattern. Now, over here, when I said about per cut, I'll tell you what is per cut thing. So, if there is a company called let's take another example so that it will be all the more clearer to you. So when Narendra Modi's election campaign was going, the voice artist who did that, Ab Ki Baar Modi Sarkar, there was this line, do line ki hoti thi, ghar ghar mein aayi bahar. I mean, I'm just making it up, I don't remember. Ghar ghar mein aayi bahar, Ab Ki Baar Modi Sarkar, is baar, khushiyon ki bahut ki baar Modi Sarkar. So he was an experienced voice artist for sure, and for the entire campaign he had charged 15 lakh rupees, and he could earn that much because he had charged on a cut basis. And when I say per cut, it means let the slogan be the same, अब की बार मोदी सरकार, उसके ऊपर यदि दूसरा लाइन आ रहा है, जैसे घर में आई बौछार, अब की बार मोदी सरकार, this is one cut. Okay, यूपी में खुशियों की बहार, अब की बार मोदी सरकार, this is another cut. So likewise, there were so many cuts for that particular campaign.
Right.
And similarly, if you see, even in a parent company, there are different products. So parent company क्या करेगी? Like for Amway. Okay, so Amway has got उनका वो SA8 वाला detergent भी है, फिर उनका toothpaste भी है, and what they'll do, they'll give all these script to you in one sheet. So then you'll have to understand that when a product differs, it is a different cut altogether. So if in an Amway script, if you're getting 4 products, it means that you will charge, and all the 4 products are within 10 minutes. It means that you will have 3 into 4, which is 12,000 rupees. It is as simple as that. Okay. So this was the rate. This was the rate which has decided by AWA, and all the leading voice artists of Mumbai, they are following this rate only. Because and अच्छा 10 minute के बाद क्या होता है? 10 minute के बाद the rate remains same, but the duration is cut into half. So up to 10 minutes, the rate is 3,000 rupees. After 10 minutes, for every 5 minutes, up to 5 minutes, not 5 minutes, up to 5 minutes, it will be 1,500 rupees. So if there is a film which is like 13 minutes of duration, it will be charged at 4,500 rupees. So likewise, and then you keep on charging that way. So that is the pattern which I follow. That is the rate pattern which a lot of leading voiceover artists in Mumbai follow. And yes, even if it is an ad, the same thing goes. Some is charged 20,000 rupees for up to 10 minutes, and they do a 20-second ad, and they get a check of 20,000 rupees. So this is what I also would propose, because क्या होता है ना, फिर बहुत सारी ambiguity खत्म हो जाती है. आप per page में नहीं जाते हो, font में नहीं जाते हो, per word में नहीं जाते हो. I have been very I mean, as far as managing my own client with this kind of rate model, it has been easy with me. So the client knows कि okay, Anshuman will charge this way, and he doesn't discuss with me again.
My question to you also and to everybody is, do you all don't want to discriminate in the genres, the different genre of IVRs, of corporate?
IVR is a different genre. Again, Preeti, IVR is a different genre. E-learning is a different genre. Dubbing is a different genre.
Right.
Even when you're dubbing for a corporate film, it is a different genre.
Correct.
Okay, so I might have missed
Shall we go
mentioning
by
that.
4 categories that we want to benchmark them as? Shall we discriminate?
Yeah, corporate, documentaries, ads, all these will be in one. Okay, even infomercials also for that matter. वो भी इसी में आता है. ऐसा infomercial 2-2 घंटे का नहीं होता है. Infomercials वही 15-20 मिनट वाले जो होते हैं. So even those come into this category. IVRs are different. E-learning are different. Okay, e-learning purely depends, as Anagha was saying, it purely depends on the bulk of work that you're getting. And dubbing is again different. So yeah.
तो जो आसान है हम लोग उनको chalk off कर दे, e-learning कर दे.
Actually.
Yes. So we'll, because what, there are so many things. Yeah, who's written this? Monica. E-learning English, Hindi, Marathi, Gujarati, online advertisement. What is this?
This is basically the categorization I have. So I had this categorization, so I have put it into the chat box, so it would be easy to put into the.
But I would like not want to discriminate on the on the basis of language. E-learning, e-learning.
This I had already, so it is like that. So I just didn't do the typing thing. This I had, so I copied and pasted it.
Awesome.
So it will be helpful to everyone.
Cool. So she's done the TV spots as 20, 30, 40, 60 seconds. And I corporate and walkthrough and IVR. It won't be together.
This we had received actually through AK Studio. This was this, and they had given some different rates, which I always charge double of.
Good one.
No comments.
Okay. That's wise to say no comments. Anika, you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to ask about dubbing charges. I'm still not clear. I had been in this field for 4-5 years, but dubbing charges, I am not sure how should it be charged, and how the studio charge, what should be our charge. Many of the times I get the assignments for dubbing, that is to get it done from other artists, but I myself am not sure about the charges. So I very much need to know what should be the dubbing charges basically. Voiceover is okay, I'm quite clear about it, and still we will be discussing it and we'll be finalizing it. But dubbing, I'm not at all clear about it, how to charge for it basically.
Okay.
Preeti, when we are
whatever studio was giving, which is not the right thing, I know, but I myself am not sure, and I don't know how to charge for it. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, we'll come to it. Yes, Anshuman.
I think Sujit and Ashish have joined just now, so they can also pitch in.
There's also Prerna.
Their views. Prerna, yeah.
Sujit, you'd like to say something? We are talking about the rates for corporates, but we are not yet concluding it. We're just going on and on with it. So you'd like to contribute over there something?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just didn't join before.
Yeah. No worries.
I was driving and couldn't contribute to the discussion before. तो ये जो है ना, आप लोग अभी जो बात कर रहे थे इसका डबिंग के बारे में, तो आई एम ऑल्सो वेरी लेस एक्सपीरियंस्ड. हाउएवर ये नरेटिव्स हो या फिर कॉर्पोरेट, जैसे कि अभी आनंद कह रहे थे अबाउट e-learning, I have done a lot of work, and audiobooks also. So all those come in a chunk. You know, when a chunk of work is coming your way, the rates are calculated very differently. So they are usually calculated on the number of the basis of number of words, या फिर जो input का duration होगा या फिर output का duration होगा, उसके ऊपर calculate होता है. And in my experience, it can range from let's say we are considering a chunk of 5,000 to 6,000 words, which usually takes about 1 hour's duration, and that can be priced anywhere. I have seen a range, can be priced anywhere from 7,000 to 15,000.
Sujit, before e-learning, would you like to give your views on the corporate narrations, ads, infomercials, documentaries?
Yeah. तो उसका मेरा जो वर्कआउट करता हूँ मैं normally, it is around 3 minutes, up to 3 minutes, up to 3.5 minutes का minimum slab है. Okay. And for a experienced artist, it can be about 5,000 to 7,000 also for that.
For the same duration, 3.5.
Up to 3.5, yes. Even it is 1 minute. उसके लिए तो आपको जाना ही पड़ेगा स्टूडियो में और उतना टाइम देना ही पड़ेगा उसके लिए. कम से कम 1 घंटे का तो स्लॉट बुक करते ही हैं स्टूडियोज. If at all, I mean, if the client is insisting कि नहीं आप स्टूडियो में ही कराओ, आपका होम सेटअप तो ठीक है, मैं मानता हूँ, but they're insisting. तो उस केस में मैं कह रहा हूँ.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Ashish, do you have anything to say about the rates for this particular category? Narration, ads, corporate and documentaries. Ashish, Prerna. We are asking because we would like to come at a common point, and hence we are checking with everybody.
In the meantime, I'd like to add that we should have some
Yes.
base cost, okay? A base cost, a minimum cost first. Let's, irrespective of any work that we're doing. So there should be some base cost कि कुछ नहीं किया आपने मुंह खोलने के पैसे चार्ज किए. So that bare minimum, so even if it's e-learning, even if it's whiteboard animation or an IVR, a base cost should be there at least of 1,500 or 2,000 rupees का base cost होना चाहिए. No job should be below that, even if it's one sentence, even if it's half a sentence, or a word, or just a breath, or just a cough. तो कुछ तो एक प्राइस हम उसको डिसाइड करेंगे, that is a base cost. Do nothing but you charge this much. So does everybody
So
agree with this? Like, I'm not talking about the price, but do you all agree to having a base cost?
Yes, of course, there is base cost.
Yeah. You would like to go by base cost or no? That is
Yes,
what-
Yes,
yes.
definitely.
Right. Now, how much is that base cost is first we'll finalize that, because it's becoming too many discussions and not coming to any, conclusion. So let's all just give a figure. Come on, quickly. Everybody.
Ava says 3,000. I think
Yeah.
I wouldn't
that
I wouldn't
was
say
8 years back.
yeah,
That was 8
exactly.
years back.
If Ava says 8 years back 3,000, I think 3,000 is a sweet spot here.
Yes, even I feel so.
Yeah.
I would rather say 4,000. Okay, though 3,000 is also, pretty much agreeable to me. But considering inflation, time period, and all that, and since I've seen,
बाकी
that
सब
rate,
जगह 3 तिगाड़ा काम बिगाड़ा होता है, यहाँ 3 अच्छा लग रहा है.
मेरे
So it is
अनुसार
3,000
हजार
per
का मैं
minute,
रखूंगा.
right, Laksh?
It's not about a minute we're talking, Jyoti. We're talking about a base
I'm
cost.
talking about the model that Anshuman was talking about.
Okay, okay,
See, I
okay.
think individually we have all adapted to
अच्छा,
different models. Sujit
ये
said
इस
something
मॉडल में
else.
एक और when we decide upon a model, okay, we also have to see that it is pretty competitive also. And when I say competitive, it means competitive from the point of being competitive, and from the client side कि उनके ऊपर बहुत अधिक ही over strain होना चाहिए. Of course, free में कुछ भी नहीं करना है. That is our base principle, that free में कभी कुछ नहीं करना है. जिन्होंने भी किया प्लीज आगे से तो ना करें. And the second thing is that client के लिए भी so that if you say this to the client, now this is what I have observed since all these years. I say up to 10 minutes I'll charge, like I used to say earlier, I'll charge you 3,000. They used to feel very happy कि अरे वाह हमारा तो 5 ही मिनट का ये तो तकलीफ है तो उनको लग रहा है कि सस्ते में काम हो रहा है. Okay, at the same time I am not losing out on my base cost. I'm also not losing out on my base cost, and that would fetch me a lot of work then. Okay, again, as time passed by, I increased my rate, and the experience is still fine. I mean,
देखो बेस कॉस्ट का हम लोग यहाँ पे मतलब क्या बोल रहे हैं कि आपको कुछ भी काम आए इतना कम से कम आपके पास पैसा आना ही चाहिए is what
yes.
above you have to charge above the base cost but not below the base cost is what is the
Yes.
point here. Okay,
Yes.
इससे कम पैसे नहीं आने चाहिए कि 1,000 रुपए दे किसी ने 500 दिए. This is not allowed. That is what is the point here. Is that okay with everybody? Right?
Preeti,
And
what
the
do
reason.
we,
Yes,
okay.
Shirley.
Yeah, Shirley. Please.
What about IVRs? Because IVRs, sometimes even if there are maybe 5 to 6 IVRs, they are not very big. I mean, they're very small scripts, and people do not want to pay 3,000 for like if
No. IVR के लिए no, Shirley. I over here I have a point that whatever base we are talking about. Okay, first of all, what Preeti wants to say that for anything that you that you voice, there has to be a cost. This 4,000 rupees, according to me, is for corporate narrations, documentaries, ads, infomercials. Okay. Now, when it comes to IVR, okay, IVR, I think because that's how I also have been doing about it. It again depends on the number of IVRs that you are getting, and then you have to take a call. But you know, it has to be a respectable figure. ऐसा नहीं कि 200 रुपए में लोगों ने IVR कर दिया and 5 IVRs कर दिया and 1000 रुपए ले लिया.
Tell you what, I will just rephrase once again. The whole thing is we'll have a base cost for the 4 categories that we were talking about a while ago. We'll have a base cost in IVR as well. It should not happen that one person comes with one IVR prompt to you, right? Because surely Apte has a certain time that she spends on it. Bhale ek
True,
banaye.
true.
So there is an iteration. There's a job assignment that she does. She stops other work and she does that one prompt for you. You have to pay minimum this much to her, whether you make one prompt or half a prompt. Okay, so there again in IVR we'll have a base cost. Maybe the base cost is 1,500 there.
Let's fix Preeti, ये fix ही कर लेते हैं ना. IVR के ऊपर 2-3 question आए हैं, तो let's fix the IVR thing also.
So I was just making an Excel behind as we are talking, so I'll be sharing that with you all.
Yeah.
So हम लोग क्या करेंगे, Shirley? We'll have for IVR there's a base cost. Your base cost may be $1,000. Anything, even if you give me one word, you'll have to at least pay me 1,000, like that. Okay, or maybe 1,500, something like that. So base cost उस category को vary होगा. Maybe we are talking about whiteboard animations. Laksh, you remember you had got me some whiteboard thing, right? So there the person is not ready to more than 3K there. है ना? ऐसा कुछ तो था. So
Correct.
yeah, it means what? Every job that comes from the client, every iteration that we as a voice artist work on that project, we should get this much at least in our pockets. That is the point here. Getting it? It will be in fact more. So supposing he gives you 4 IVRs, वो 1,500 अगर हमने decide किया तो कम से कम 1,500 होने वाला है. More than 1,500 होगा if it goes on. The number of prompts increase, it will be plus.
Yeah, so for each type of voiceover, there has to be a base price and there has to be a limit to be set कि boss इतने minute होंगे या फिर इतने lines होंगे या फिर इतना time होगा.
So per prompt you'll charge something. Maybe you charge 200
Yeah,
bucks.
it is generally per prompt for IVR, and that per prompt price
Exactly.
means minimum price.
So maybe
For one
actually you could charge
prompt,
per prompt it is 200 rupees or 300 rupees or 400 rupees per prompt. But you have to charge 1,500 plus 4 prompts. Getting it?
Yeah, right.
Surely.
Minimum cost 1,000 plus per prompt. Per prompt this much.
बिल्कुल.
Like
मतलब
even if you are
per
getting
prompt
half from me, only hello from me, you have to pay me 1,000. But
Right.
then if it is more work, then per prompt this much. That is how it should be.
मतलब for example, supposing 200 was a per prompt rate, so he doesn't pay you 800 bucks, but he pays you 1,800 bucks.
Correct. Minimum cost if it is 1,800, even if it is per prompt 200 and 4 prompts are there, he has to pay me. If minimum cost is 1,500, he or she has to pay me 1,500.
One prompt, if he gives you only one prompt to do, you will be charging 1,200.
Correct.
I would like to add here, because I have been doing IVRs, so they have a limitation fixed, the number of prompts they have fixed, and then after that they give per prompts basis. It may be 10 or 15, depends on client.
Yeah. So how do they charge? How do they pay you per prompt?
Currently, I've been working for them since last 1 year. So it is 40 rupees per prompt.
Correct. And how many they give you in a minimum?
It depends. Sometimes it's one prompt is there, and sometimes there are 50 or more than that also. So depends. It adds on.
Yeah. If they give you only one prompt today, so they pay you only 40 bucks.
No, not like that. Till 10 prompts, the amount is fixed. And then after that, they keep adding on to the prompts. It's per prompt, but after that.
Okay.
But for 10 prompts, you are saying 10 prompts minimum they are giving, right?
Yeah, they have this 1,000 rupees fixed for 10 or 15 prompts. And then there are 2 companies basically whom I work for. So they have this one thing fixed, and then after that 10 or 15 prompts, it is per prompt wise.
Yeah, exactly what we were saying. But there you are, those 10 prompts are what the base cost is covering. We are not talking about that now. We are talking about we get a base cost for that order, and uske upar har prompt ko ek amount hoga. That's what we're talking. I like Shirley to say something.
See, with IVRs, it can be very, it's a wide scope actually. I've done a lot of IVRs, and some IVRs can go even beyond 40-50 words if you see.
Right. Right.
And there are some that can just go for maybe just welcome to whatever the office name, you know.
Right.
So based on the script, you really sometimes have to decide whether you have to charge them just 200 or you have to charge them 500 per prompt also.
Yeah. So
You know,
actually,
because
there is this thumb rule that you could use. 10 words make a sentence. So you take it as a prompt.
okay.
Okay, 10 words. So you take the word count of the IVRs that come to you, okay, and divide it by 10 to make those many sentences, and you have your own figure. The client need not be educated. You need not educate the client about what you are doing in your mathematics, but you do it for yourself and you charge. Okay, 10 मतलब इतने sentences मैंने किए for your internal working, and you tell, अच्छा मैं आपको per prompt I'm charging you so much.
That's a great point, yeah, Preeti.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you don't have to tell the client about it, but अच्छा और एक स्मार्टनेस हमेशा करना, जो हम कर रहे हैं वो सब क्लाइंट को ट्रांसपेरेंटली बताओ मत. But then next time onwards they'll catch you on those words. कभी मौका होता है ज्यादा कमाने का तो वो भी दे
नहीं, लेकिन just like you said, 10 words make one prompt. Sometimes it may happen, welcome. Just sometimes it may be happening that only one prompt, 5 words, that kind of work also comes, huh? By the way. So in that case, as you said, there should be some minimum amount which should be charged.
Correct.
You should not go to the client just because they are giving you only this much work.
Yeah, this is minimum plus. This 10 words wala formula is for minimum plus.
Okay.
फुल स्टॉप आ गया था ना, वेलकम बोलने के बाद फुल स्टॉप एक्सक्लेमेशन कुछ तो आया ना, तो एक सेंटेंस हो गया वो. So everywhere you have to get it this way or this way, but you have to get it as a new sentence. So you count it as a fresh sentence.
So what should be the minimum cost? That is the basic question for IVRs. Let's fix up that.
Yeah. So right. Base cost क्या रखना है? Shall I share my screen? I'll start making it now. Excel में डालने जगह?
Yes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll get to nowhere. We'll just keep on talking.
Yeah, exactly. We should come to the point, basically.
So here, this is for IVR that I was making. So हम लोग
प्रीति, सुजीत कह रहा हूँ, बात कर रहा हूँ. ये once we have this discussion, and so will you be able to share this entire rate card kind of thing on a group? On a group?
Yes.
सुजीत अभी हम लोग share करना हम लोग start कर रहे हैं.
Yes.
We had a general discussion, a lot of it. Now
Yeah. Okay.
We'll take a voting only based. ये amount है, ठीक है ना? ये IVR और ये others corporates के and what else? Corporates, documentaries and
e-learning.
E-learning इधर नहीं है.
E-learning will be a different.
So here we say it is 3,000, the base cost, okay, for corporates. For IVR, the base cost we can put at 1,000, surely.
1,000 for freshers and 1,500 or 2,000 for maybe the experienced ones.
2,000
No,
for
so no. But
okay, you are taking up to 3 minutes, up to 5 minutes. That way you are taking. Okay,
no, this I will change.
अजून एक बात ले.
I'll change. Don't worry.
होगा.
That 2,000 is for what?
Minimum cost.
For what? 1,000?
IVR. It's a base cost.
Yeah,
experienced ones can, anyways charge above that. So we don't need to write what experienced log charge.
These are the minimum charges. Experienced ones can charge whatever they want.
Yeah.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah, experienced ones or anybody. I mean, not that, anybody who wishes to charge even more than, but this will be the base cost. 1,000 will be the base. Yes.
That's what we're saying. So per prompt we'll take it at 10 words a sentence right now. So obviously it will be more. Shali, जैसे वो केस था 40 words का एक sentence था. So obviously you'll do it by 4 times or something. So per 10 words is what it means. Okay. It means one and the same. Per prompt is per 10 word for us. So how much should it be? At least 100?
Yeah.
100 से 100 से पकड़ेंगे. So obviously this will be, now this is the bare minimum. अगर 50 वर्ड का सेंटेंस आया तो 500 रुपए वहां पे लेने प्लस बेस कॉस्ट, मतलब 1500 रुपए कमाने आपने.
Correct.
Correct? Everybody agrees with this bit?
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
swear it's okay. So we'll color
Yep.
it out.
No. What I want to say is, suppose
Little
मुझे 2 prompts मिलते हैं, मतलब 20 words का भी मिलता है.
हाँ, तो आप
I will charge 1000, right? Base cost 1000.
हाँ, तो देखो आपको 20 वर्ड्स का मिला, मतलब बेस कॉस्ट आप 1000 रुपीज लेंगे उनसे प्लस 20
Plus
वर्ड्स
1000.
तो
अच्छा,
1200.
so it is base cost plus the number of per prompt you're saying.
Correct.
Yes.
It has to be plus.
Okay, now what I was thinking here is,
Hmm.
if it is 100 per 10 words,
Hmm.
and even if it is less than 10 words, whatever may be the number of words, you will be costing 1000, irrespective of words.
No,
So up to, like what Anshuman said, up
जस्ट
up-
अंडरस्टैंड, एक मिनट. अभी हम लोग मॉक करते हैं कि अंशुमन ने आपको एक ऑर्डर दिया है टू डू एन IVR ऑफ 600 वर्ड्स. गेटिंग इट? तो ही इज गोइंग टू पे यू 1000 एज द बेस कॉस्ट प्लस 600 वर्ड्स डिवाइड बाय 10 कितने होते हैं? 60. ओके,
60.
60 and into
Multiplied by 100.
100 multiplied by 100, so he should pay you $7,000.
Okay.
So understood?
Okay, fine. So you are adding base cost to whatever number of sentences are coming.
ये प्रीति शीट में ना ये आप जो फॉर इंस्टेंस जो आपने कैलकुलेट किया ना वो मेंशन कर दीजिए सो दैट लेटर ऑन कोई डिस्कशन भूल जाए दे विल रेफर.
नहीं, I
This
didn't.
is what it is.
What did you say?
The instance that अभी हमने एक एग्जांपल लेकर डिस्कस किया ना.
Example ले?
तो
Okay.
हाँ yeah. तो
Example
अभी जो लिया है ना उसको उसमें मेंशन कर दीजिए ताकि people will have
100 words लिया था ना?
absolute clarity.
100 words.
Yes.
Okay, इतना काम आया एग्जाम्पल के लिए. तो it will be equal to 1000
Yes.
plus 600 divide by 10 into 100. Correct?
ठीक.
तो
Right.
इसका फॉर्मूला अभी मैं ऐसे करती हूँ.
Let that calculation be there.
Oh, it's not copying the formula.
No.
So then I'll have to put
वो formula.
I'll have to put this. यहाँ पे टिक लगाना पड़ेगा.
Yes.
Is equal to
I
7.
think Preeti, with this, may not be, all the clients may not be ready to pay this much. This will be too costly, according to me.
600 words. 600 words.
Yeah, 600 words. Oh, yeah, right. Fine.
So I took a big example. You could take a smaller example also. Obviously, the price will be lesser.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
है ना?
600 words is, I mean, almost like.
Yeah, got it.
60 prompts कर रहे हैं ना आप? 60 prompts कर रहे हैं.
Correct.
ठीक है ना? Okay, so IVR is very clear, and everybody thumbs up if you are agreeing with it. मुझे दिखेगा नहीं. अंशुमन आप देख लो. Let me see.
Yes, agreed.
Most of them are agreeing. Okay, everybody is agreeing. Now let's move on to the next genre. यहीं पे करते हैं, तो it becomes at least something conclusive.
Yes.
अच्छा, अभी कॉर्पोरेट्स कर लेते हैं. तो आप लोगों ने बोला था बेस कॉस्ट इसको 3000 लेना है, तो up to 3000 what should be the price? 1500?
नहीं up to ड्यूरेशन यहाँ पर फिक्स करते हैं. 3000 तो हम निश्चित रूप से चार्ज करने ही वाले हैं for sure. We'll fix up the duration.
Yeah. So 3000 तो हम लोग ले ही रहे, तो per minute की supposing we put it at $500. देखो यहाँ पे क्या बोल रही हूँ मैं कि when we are at 300 minutes, we are charging at supposing 500 per minute. ठीक है? Sorry. टिक लगाना पड़ता है. Okay, supposing we are charging it up to 3 minutes. अगर हम 500 से चार्ज करें, तो this will become 1500. Correct? So a person will get 4500 if he is getting a 3-minute job.
Okay, like this.
So yeah, supposing.
Let's take a poll on this one. How many of us are comfortable?
Let me just fill it up and then we'll change it with the discussions, right?
ठीक है.
ठीक है, मैं इसको generally कर ले रही हूँ.
Okay.
Supposing I drop the price by $100, then another $100, and another $100. So this will become 4 5s. Chalo, boy.
2,000.
2,000.
Then 3,000.
And
3,000.
3,000. No, so this is not correct. Time बढ़ गया, so this is not correct. So this won't. Okay, so this won't do.
So let's first take a poll on this one. The
Yeah.
model.
ये change कर देते हैं.
I think थोड़ा less complicate कर सकते हैं इसको हम लोग by going by what Anshuman was saying earlier, जिसमें हम लोग we can keep like a minimum base cost like a 3,000 for up to 10 minutes. Okay. जो कि एक normal corporate video का maximum duration होता है, उससे कम ही होता है, but
yes,
$3,000, and then for every other 5 minutes we can keep $1,500. Like he was saying, I think that makes sense.
10 minutes is such a long time. Only 3,000 for a corporate.
Base.
मतलब कि अगर 1 मिनट भी आया किसी को तो 3,000 ही लेगा वो, 30 सेकंड भी आया तो भी 3,000 ही लेगा वो.
10 मिनट आया तो कितना? 10 मिनट आया तो कितना लेगा?
Fresher के लिए बोल रहे हैं हम, like this is like the base, मतलब कि in the sense this is something that cannot
Preeti, you can
non-negotiable.
Anybody can keep their base cost above 3,000. Okay, like I told you about my guru, he charges 20,000.
What you said, I'll just rephrase that. Instead of putting it up to 2 minutes, you put it to 5 minutes only.
Guys, can I?
We keep it up to 10 minutes. Okay.
Preeti,
Can I contribute
just one
to this?
suggestion.
Yes, Sujit has a point. Chalo, let's hear.
बस एक छोटा सा पॉइंट है मेरा कि देखिए ये जो डिस्कशन अभी हम लोग कर रहे हैं ना, वो इसीलिए है कि वेदर फ्रेशर और एन एक्सपीरियंस, they should never go below that particular rate. That's the rate we are trying to agree on.
Correct.
तो जब भी हम लोग अभी कोट कर रहे हैं उसमें ये ना रखें कि ये फ्रेशर कर सकता है, बाकी तो हम लोग देख लेंगे. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. ऐसा
No.
इसी की वजह से तो यही तो पेन एरिया है, इसीलिए तो हम लोग ये डिस्कशन कर रहे हैं.
हाँ, तो the same I told for IVR also that this much ये minimum, इससे नीचे कोई charge नहीं करेगा, so that there would still be competition, but the client will not pay like peanuts. मतलब आप प्रोजेक्ट लेने के लिए आपने you are agreeing for 1,500 or 1,000 rupees, वो नहीं होना चाहिए. Now, as per one's own talent, as per one's own experience, as per one's own confidence, they can keep whatever rate they wish to. Like my coach, my guru, he has kept a rate of 20,000 rupees for the same model. But I won't. I mean, now I won't. Maybe 10 years later, I may. 5 years later.
So are we talking about multiple base cost here? Base cost up to 3 minutes, up to 5 minutes, and up to 10 minutes. Can we do that? क्योंकि 10 मिनट के लिए 3,000 नहीं चार्ज करेंगे हम मिनिमम कोई भी, because 10 minute is a long time. 10 minute means pages, 3 to 4 pages. Yes,
that is the minimum. Anybody can charge more than that. Anybody can charge more than that also. यदि आपको अच्छा let's forget about this model for some time, and let's I mean, I'm asking you for 10 minutes. If I tell you I have a project of 10 minutes, how much would you quote?
See, I start with
for example.
I'll tell you my costing. Okay, मैं 10 minute का कैसा करती. तो like I start with that 4,000. Right now it's going up to the 10th minute, so I'll not charge at 4,000. I'll give them a discount and I'll charge it to 2,000 rupees per minute. So I'll charge 20,000.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I charge.
Everybody can share their own inputs also, their own experience about.
Tell how much price you would charge for a 10-minute presentation.
मेरा भी calculation same ही आता है, but I charge.
I'm sorry, was that for me?
Yeah, Sujit, you can also tell. For 10 minutes, how much would you charge? Yeah.
Sorry, कितना?
10 मिनट का आप कितना चार्ज करेंगे?
10 minute for
corporate documentary.
Corporate documentary or corporate video, right?
Yeah.
ओके ओके, सो उसका जैसे मैंने पहले कहा था ना, वो मिनिमम होगा मेरा 4,500
Okay.
एंड
Total
फॉर 10
billing?
मिनट्स. हाँ
हाँ,
नहीं, तो
okay,
दिस विल बी अप टू 3 minutes, राइट? 3.5 minutes.
Okay.
और उसके ऊपर पर मिनट इट विल बी 1,000 rupees. So
Okay.
7 minutes, 7 plus 4.5, तो कितना हुआ?
1,000 plus 4.5. Okay. So
11.5.
11.5 is
हाँ,
what you charge for 10 minutes.
11.5. हाँ, that's how it is. And studios extra.
So you would to another 14-15 हो जाता था आपका भी, करेक्ट? स्टूडियो पकड़ के, कि स्टूडियो के 2 घंटे कम से कम लगेंगे आपको, सुजीत.
10 मिनट का 2 घंटा लगेगा.
Okay, चलो. So for around 14-15 is what?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'll just get into my car and join the discussion again. Till then, please hold on. मैं mute पे रहना चाहूँगा. Is it okay?
ठीक है, ठीक है.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
Start. मोनिका, आप कैसे चार्ज करोगे? And it's no comparison, okay? We are
Sure,
just
sure.
looking for
Shirley can also,
Yeah, Shirley
put
will
forth
tell.
that point.
So I would like to, अगर मतलब minutes wise तो मेरे लिए मतलब I've never been into this, so मुझे जो पेज का रेट दिया गया था, so what I would be doing it is I would be charging it on 2,500 per page basis.
2,500
per
per
page basis.
Okay, so 10 minutes के लिए लगभग आपके 3 से 4 पेजेस होंगे, तो आप 7,500 ले लोगे. Okay,
Because I've never been into it. I've yet not received corporates yet, so I have no idea.
फॉर्मूला है आपके, जो फॉर्मूला से आप लगभग 7,500 चार्ज करती. ठीक है, ओके, कूल. लक्ष्य, आप कितने
Shirley? हाँ, लक्ष्य.
मेरा मॉडल वही है, सिंपल है. इट्स 4,000 फॉर द फर्स्ट मिनट, 2,000 फॉर एवरी फॉलोइंग मिनट. एक कॉर्पोरेट वीडियो हार्डली जिंदगी में मैंने शायद एक भी नहीं किया होगा 10 मिनट तक का. बट इफ अ 10 minute वेब यूजेज कॉर्पोरेट वीडियो कम्स टू मी, then my total will again come up to 20,000.
Cool.
That's actually 22,000. For the first minute, it'll be 4,000. For the rest of the 9 minutes, it'll be 2,000 per minute.
Yes.
So that's 2 9s are 18, 18 plus 4, 22.
Okay, 22.
That would be my quote. Of course, we negotiate 10 minute ka corporate video है तो थोड़ा सा.
It's a good price. 22 is awesome. May you get that. Don't down. Okay, Anika, you want to say something? Acha, Shirley?
My base cost would be 5,000, and per minute I would go by 1,500 to 2,000, anything between that. After that, per minute.
Per minute. So 5,000 is for how many minutes? 3.
It's for 2 minutes.
2 minutes. So the 8 minutes you'll charge at?
It depends, 1,500 or 2,000 per minute.
Okay, so let's take it at 2,000. So 4 into 8, 4 to the is 8. 8,000 plus 5,000. So it comes to 13,000.
Yeah. Somewhere around, like,
Yeah. And Anaga, you're saying something, I think. Anybody else would like to share? Video? Thumbs up, hands up karo. Okay. चलो ठीक है. We'll come to a conclusion now. और किसी को कुछ शेयर करना है? Vidya, Janvi, you'll have joined now. Rupsha. Okay, so let's go back to the document.
But Preeti, here I want to add that I never go with 10 minutes. I always go with 5 minutes as my first base cost.
Okay, but I have done, the corporates bhi aate hai when they have internal training work, not e-learning, but internal training works when they have corporate presence. I have done for 30 minutes. मैंने एक तो 30 minutes का किया, Cummins का.
Yeah. Even I have done.
Yeah, so there are. It's not that there are not.
It's an hour long also.
Would you put it in corporate presentation?
It was a presentation. They had done a wonderful project which they were going to take it abroad to sell their own company. So it was a corporate.
It's a corporate pitch, a sales pitch basically.
I have a question. I think everybody would like to put their points in. Supposing if it's a 10-minute video, okay, the total duration of the video is 9 minutes. Let's take it 9 minutes of the video, but your VO is only for 3 minutes. What would you charge?
Pardon? Your VO is? I got
your voice is breaking.
Okay. The total duration of the video is 9 minutes.
Huh.
Okay. And your voice, your script is only of 3 minutes.
Yeah, so
What
3
would you
minutes is
charge?
what we charge. 3 minutes.
Exactly, 3 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
We don't charge for
Now
the entire.
I'll just give you an, another perspective about it. Okay, so there are corporate videos or any kind of video, okay, wherein there are interviews and then again the voice comes, and then there is again some sort of footage that is being shown, again somebody talking and all that. So this is my perspective. Your voice is connecting the entire film. Had your voice not been there, the entire film won't have been connected. Okay, so there's another perspective, towards it.
See, that
That your voice
perspective is
is
great. Yeah.
connecting.
Anshuman, you don't have control on that. It's their product,
Yeah,
right?
that's
No,
an intangible
no,
sort
no,
of a.
no. So when we ask, I generally ask that what is the total duration of the video?
See, but that is 1 minute. I'll just have an argument here. How do you come to know? You're not going to go into their computers and check out how many minutes it is unless they share.
No. I will. No, they can lie to me. That is not a problem. But the first thing that I ask is that what is the duration of the video? They say 8 minutes, and I charge accordingly.
But how does that help?
Yeah.
That's because they can use a 2 minute of your voice to bind a 10-minute video. So it is not that only 2 minutes will count for that particular work. This is my point over here.
Yeah, but
See,
it is
what are you saying?
It's a connecting thing. It connects the entire thing, just like this per cut thing. You're doing some, and there is another cut. Okay, you're charging for it differently. There is another charging for this differently. And people in Bombay, they charge like this only. Your video is 10 minutes ka or 8 minutes ka, they charge according to that. This is a practice which is pretty much prevalent in Bombay. They don't go only by the script ka duration. That is, I just want to put a
I have always worked only with the script duration. The client is already so smart.
But
They say,
आप एक बार logically, आप ठीक है वो एक मॉडल है, but आप एक बार logically सोचिए, आपकी आवाज ने पूरी फिल्म को कनेक्ट किया है. Like in dubbing, I'll tell you what happens in dubbing. Okay, whichever character you're playing, I have played a lead character. Sujit, just let me finish this point. Like so like in dubbing, okay, dubbing mein, it's not about what is the total duration of your dialogues. It is about the part that you're playing. Okay, it's a side actor wala part you are dubbing for, or you are dubbing for the main lead, and then you charge accordingly. Like 3 films mein मैंने lead के capacity में dub किया है, and I have charged according to that. Now, if you take out that entire duration, it might be even less than 10 minutes or 15 minutes, the entire dialogue duration. But that film is entirely connected with this particular voice. So, see, you may choose not to consider this, you may choose to consider this, but this is a fact. I'm just putting it as a fact. I'm not saying you must practice this. This is a fact. Your voice is connecting the entire film. डबिंग छोड़ दीजिए, वो तो फिल्म है, वहां तो चेहरे दिख रहे हैं, a lot of factors are there. Okay, here your voice starts with टाटा मोटर्स ने ये लॉन्च किया, आइए हम एमडी से पूछते हैं, आइए हम डीलर से पूछते हैं, आइए उन्होंने क्या बोला, and then there's some footage, and then, so your voice is connecting the entire thing. It is the anchor. It is the anchor of that particular film.
okay.
So this thing also you should keep in mind. Whichever way you choose to charge, that is besides the point. But logically, this is how your voice is playing a role over there. So it is beyond going ki haan main 2 minute ka kiya and all that. It is beyond that particular point.
See,
Yes,
I think
Sujit?
What we can do is we can just see जहाँ मिल रहा है ऐसे मिलता है तो देते हैं, नहीं मिलता है तो अपने तरीके से लेंगे.
Yeah, totally understand.
So I'll also try Anshuman's style and say कि आपकी फिल्म 5 मिनट की है, मेरा वॉइस भले मिनट का है, मुझे 5 मिनट के पैसे देने पड़ेंगे. I'll try that henceforth.
Yes, so you'll have to tell him why. You'll have to tell him why, and this is what I tell them also.
I want to contribute to this.
Together. Yes, Sujit.
May I? Yeah. So इसमें अभी अंशुमन जी का जो point था ना, उसमें we started off talking about how my voice connects and binds the entire corporate video, and then we started talking about the art side, the film side, या फिर dubbing part. तो वो थोड़ा सा मुझे कॉन्टेक्स्ट भी अगर हम लोग कॉर्पोरेट को थोड़ा बात करते हैं तो जैसा आई वुड एग्री अगेन विथ हाउ प्रीति वाज सेइंग कि उसमें तो वो मतलब जितना मेरा फाइनल आउटपुट जा रहा है उसी के ऊपर कैलकुलेट करेंगे और however when it comes to films अब अगर आपका कैरेक्टर जो कि आप डब कर रहे हैं या फिर है ना तो वो कैरेक्टर अगर ऐसा है which is like you said is an anchor है ना ओवरऑल फिल्म का नरेशन हो रहा है या फिर आप कोई हीरो का पार्ट कर रहे हैं उसके अंदर जिसको आप डब कर रहे हैं देन आई वुड अग्री कि हाँ आपका जो सेलिंग पॉइंट होगा वो लोग मान जाएंगे शायद तो थोड़ा ट्रिकी है ये ऐसा मुझे लग रहा है
Yeah,
See,
exactly. So
if you,
wherever
you
we
know,
get
I'm going by, see, what I have seen in Bombay, I'm telling you that, and this is exactly the thing that they say. मैंने
जी
dubbing का mention इसलिए किया, because just to make you understand or make everybody understand
जी
that, you know, how, you know, that entire thing is playing. So similar is the case with the voice also. आप अपना voice उस document, आप उस corporate film से निकाल दीजिए and see how it sounds. Then
या
as well, you know, you can go without the voice also, na? But the role that the voice is made to play for, we have to see that part of it. That's what I'm saying.
यहाँ पे मेनली हम लोग रेट कार्ड को थोड़ा सा इजी करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं सो व्हाट यू सेइंग ना अंशुमन इज वेरी वेरी वैलिड टू बी टोटली ऑनेस्ट आई अंडरस्टैंड द होल importance part of the voice and connecting and being the anchor of the entire product and the representation but अगर हम लोग tangible चीजें calculative चीजें डिस्कस कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे जो एक बोलते हैं ना not an experienced person or not a thoughtful person would go into right कि tangibly भाई मैं कितना चार्ज कर सकता हूँ so then it will be tough to decide your importance in that video you know what I'm saying a fresher
See,
would probably not be able to put
मैं क्या करता हूँ ना बस क्लाइंट से पूछ लेता हूँ कि कितनी देर की आपकी फिल्म एंड दे से इतनी देर की फिल्म है एंड देन आई चार्ज इट आई कोट माय रेट इट्स एज सिंपल एज दैट आई मीन आई डोंट टेल कि मेरी वॉइस उसमें कितनी है आपका ड्यूरेशन कितना आई डोंट गेट इनटू दैट
okay
so my discussion only starts with this
yeah, I suggest here that
but we can you know this is only for your information
yeah,
what we are
अंशुमन
deciding is the base cost
yeah.
या अंशुमन
so
सुजीत
this
है
is only for your हाँ जी
जी एक तो गोइंग ऑन द सेम लाइंस ऑफ योर थॉट मैं ये समझना चाहता था कि अज्यूम करते हैं एक काम आया था एक टोटल फिल्म थी 1 घंटे की और दूसरी थी 2 घंटे की तो उसमें आपका प्राइसिंग आप कैसे मतलब हाउ यू पिच व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस इन प्राइसिंग इन दैट केस
2 घंटे की क्या थी डबिंग
2 घंटे का फाइनल आउटपुट उनका फिल्म है फॉर एग्जांपल वीडियो है और दूसरा एक
Okay.
1 घंटे का है और दोनों ही सिचुएशंस में आपका कंट्रीब्यूशन 10 मिनट का है
हाँ
तो हाउ डू यू प्राइस इट
see as per the thing that I told you okay ideally I would price it for the 1 hour thing ठीक है because it's a big project it's a 1 hour का film so the
जी
same rule I will apply over there okay however see this is one thing which I tell my clients logically okay it's not about this like one of the clients asked me okay आप संस्कृत का ज्यादा क्यों चार्ज करते हैं I said that is a specialty I have that is a language that I know so I'll charge
fair
more for
people
it
yeah
you know so he was including Sanskrit shlokas in the Hindi script so I charged him more so see it's all about seeing how significantly your voice is being how significantly you are quoting for your voice it's not about you know client से पैसे निकालने वाली बात नहीं है no I'm not saying about that it's about this the role that your voice is made to play like I do anchoring also anchoring I charge for the whole event अब उसमें कभी गेस्ट बोल रहा है कभी कोई बोल रहा है बट दैट डजंट मैटर मैं स्टेज पे जा रहा हूँ मैं कर रहा हूँ फिर मैं बीच में आ रहा हूँ फिर मैं गेस्ट को इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहा हूँ इट इज लाइक दैट सेम वे
तो मैं एक
and I haven't worked in a project as such where my voice has connected an entire 1 hour ka. I haven't worked at that either it's an e-learning project or 2 घंटे का ऐसा I haven't worked in that kind of project.
So Anshuman, I do an award function for a company. Every 3 months they have that internal awards. So usme I do that first and give them, and every piece is counted. Like every piece we have a price like that. So we don't count the minutes over there. In that we just count. Okay, this time I did 70 pieces, so 70 into whatever the price that they're paying me, like that. So that is how I charge there. But I don't. Their whole entire event goes the whole day. They have that day is their function. It begins at the morning.
Right.
I don't
Yes,
charge
yes.
over that. So
See,
what
so
you
ultimately, how you're pricing. See, that the idea is about pricing. That how do you quote the price? Okay, you may not say this also, and you can still price.
correct? Exactly
Like
what you
that.
said. We
Yeah.
need not say it, but we can price it that way. Right. I think
जैसे IVR में हमने कहा.
Yeah, Ruksha would like to say something. Yes, Ruksha.
Yeah, hello. Sorry, my mic was not working at that time. I couldn't reply. You were asking me. Sorry.
Yes, you can talk now.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, as I am new to this industry, so hardly 1 year I have been into this. So I'm doing work, but the main struggle, I was just listening to what you people are discussing. Uh, it's actually going above my head because the rate, whatever you are telling, if I will start doing it, I'll start losing whatever work I am getting. Straight away, people say that we don't have that much budget or
What do you
budget
charge,
for.
Ruksha? How do you charge? Please share that.
I like mostly I charge like 1,000 rupees per minute, sort of, if I do commercials or generally in commercials I do, and documentaries if I do like for 5 minutes something like 2,500 to 3,000. So sorry.
Okay.
And mostly with the problem which I'm facing is that nobody is agreeing to what, if I say the basic 1,000 rupees per minute also, if I'm telling, most of the people are rejecting me, stating that you are charging too much, too high, your rate is too high
1,000 for what?
per minute.
Ads?
Yeah, simply for
ad?
ads also, for per minute also, basic.
Sir,
If I
I'll
charge,
tell you what, you have you made them used to giving at a small price. You made them used to it.
no, when I started initially, I also worked for some of the projects for free, for just for getting the experience and to get into the flow, just to make myself more into this. So I did some of the 2 3 projects for free also. But then when I started getting into this, like I learned how to charge, and also when I started charging, so people, I mean, automatically they are telling that no, this is very high rate. How can you charge? We are getting lesser artists charging less than what you are charging.
He's
So
lying to you, Ruksha.
Yes.
He's lying
you
to
have
you.
to put your foot down sometime.
Ruksha, I'd like to say something to you here.
Yeah.
See, the first time you are making your market used to you doing free work. First step. तो पहला स्टेप आपका थोड़ा सा रॉन्ग डगमगा है, तो आपने फ्री में दिया। अब आप जब उनको 1,000 रुपीज मांगते हो तो 1,000 भी बहुत लगते हैं उनको, बिकॉज आपने पहले
नहीं
फ्री।
तो मैं एक ही क्लाइंट से थोड़ी ना जिस साथ फ्री में किया
रुक्षा,
उसी को
आपको
फिर मैं
पता भी
चार्ज कर
नहीं
रही हूँ।
है, आपको पता भी नहीं चलता है ये मार्केट कितना आपस में मिला हुआ है।
क्लोज नेट है,
जैसे
क्लोज नेट है।
हमको पता चला रुक्षा ने पहले फ्री में काम किया, फिर 1,000 में काम किया। There may be so many others who come to know, and it's a market. You won't even realize how everything is interconnected.
But Ruksha, he's lying to you. If he's saying that, he's
Certainly
blatantly lying to you.
You stop saying, you stop taking their work. भले आपको
Yeah, I stopped, and that's why most of the time I'm with no work. Like I'm not getting any work because like this
देखो,
they are
आप
rejecting.
दूसरों के लिए चैरिटी करने से बेहतर है आप फ्री रहो और कुछ अच्छा सीखो।
See, to get work,
Yes.
Ruksha, we all market ourselves. So the more we market ourselves, काम आता है. ऐसा नहीं है कि काम नहीं आता है. Okay.
So I
but
just wanted to know from where, like as a fresher, like you all are so much experienced in this, how to and from where to get good works and good client. What are the platforms we need to follow? I mean, follow to how can we get good work and good clients? Like I'm not able to get it since 1
See,
year.
the
also.
same client also can give you the charge that you ask for. And good work वाला जो है हम वो पिछले बार हमने किया था. Laksh had shared a sheet. I think I shared that with you also. So those are few things. But right now we will stick our discussion to the rate part of it. वो client वाला हम फिर से एक हम Zoom call arrange करेंगे.
No,
and then we will
that's the reason I'm not able to fix any rate for me.
Yeah, so I'll just give you few tips here, Ruksha. First of all, networking बढ़ाओ अपना, make more friends in voiceovers. तो आपके साथ like अंशुमन के साथ दोस्ती हो गई, अंशुमन को कल को रिक्वायरमेंट आती है फीमेल वॉइस की, वो मुझे कॉल करेगा, आपको कॉल करेगा, शर्ली को कॉल करेगा, चेतन को कॉल करेगा, तो हम चारों से सैंपल लेके उसके क्लाइंट को दे देगा। ओके, सो नेटवर्किंग। लक्ष्य कितने बार मुझे सैंपल मांगता है, कितने लोग मुझे सैंपल मांगते हैं, मैं सुजीत को सैंपल मांगती हूँ, शयंतनी को सैंपल मांगती हूँ। ये ऐसे होता है, यू बिकम फर्स्ट, मेक अ गुड नेटवर्क। Secondly, be active socially. आपके social pages पे आप you make it popular that you are a voice artist. Let people know that you are a voice artist.
Yeah, that I did.
And
Yeah.
don't feel shy to hide your rates. In fact, ज़्यादा बोलो अगर आप बोल सकती हो तो. Make it popular that you are a established artist. You are working at this price and you don't work below that. Make
Yeah,
it.
तो ultimately मुझे जो
The
वो रेट
rate-
बोलते हैं उस पे वो अग्री करना पड़ता है.
नहीं करो, मत करो, छोड़ दो काम, पर करो मत उनके प्राइस पे.
See, that's why we are having this meeting, क्योंकि आपके पास से वो यदि प्रीति के पास आएगा, ठीक है, तो प्रीति भी उसको वही बात बोलने वाली है. प्रीति के पास से वो मोनिका के पास जाएगा, तो मोनिका भी वही बात बोलेंगी.
Yes, हम सब अगर 3000 के नीचे काम नहीं करने वाले,
Exactly.
तो देना ही
Yes.
पड़ेगा तुमको. He will have
Yes.
to pay you
Yes.
3000 rupees.
Yes. नहीं तो फिर वो करवा ले किसी, मतलब क्या बोलते हैं, अनप्रोफेशनल से.
या फेसबुक पे वो जो मिलता है ना 200-300 रुपीस का कचरा.
हाँ, या एग्जैक्टली फेसबुक पे.
और फेसबुक पे अपने आप को डू नॉट लाइक डाउन रेट योर सेल्फ ओवर देयर. वहां जाके कमेंटिंग करके आई एम रेडी टू डू, इंटरेस्टेड, बिल्कुल कभी मत लिखना. आपका ब्रांड खराब मत करना. आई टेल माई स्टूडेंट्स, आप कभी भी फेसबुक पे नहीं दिखने चाहिए, वहां पे कमेंटिंग नहीं करने का. कि somebody says 200 रुपए 300 रुपए and then you say interested, I feel like giving a tight slap. I really feel that.
No, you can reprimand on that particular post, but don't say I agree on this.
I'm interested and I won't work. I've written a mail. Please don't do that. हाथ जोड़ के विनती है. तो आप अपने आप को टार्निश कर रहे हो, आपकी इमेज खराब कर रहे हो. Don't do that. Tell them I charge this much and feel proud about your charge, about your rate. Okay, Urupsha?
Okay, yeah.
एक महीना काम नहीं मिलेगा, 2 महीना काम नहीं मिलेगा, पर मिलेगा जरूर. Believe me. And
maybe it's my as I started just not, I mean 1 year back, so maybe I'll need some time to get into that, so that's why.
स्टेटस पे, आपके सोशल पेजेस पे, एफबी पेजेस पे आपने जो भी काम किया उसको एग्जिबिट करने लगो.
Yeah, that I do.
Yeah, that's it.
But and since we already went a little further in the client wala part, Rupsha, make sure that you call people and talk to them. Abhi to pandemic mein you don't really need to go and meet people. Make sure that you call and talk to people and your voice sample is there in their data.
Yeah. आपके वॉइस सैंपल्स
Filmmakers को
चाहिए. You have to have superior quality samples. That is a must. Okay, कुछ भी घर में किया हो, फोन स्क्रैच वगैरह शेयर मत करो.
Yeah.
क्वालिटी के डेमो रील बनाओ और वो शेयर करो. Okay, चलो, let's come back to the rate. I think today we have already gone a lot ahead. We are nearing 8 o'clock. हम लोग इसको क्या करते हैं? We'll make the corporate वाला final करते हैं अभी. ठीक है?
Yes.
So I just filled up according to my, मतलब ऐसे मैंने भर के रख दिया यहाँ पे. तो ऐसा करें या कुछ और थॉट है? लक्ष्य बोलो, अंशुमन बोलो, चल 2-3 दिन फटाफट बोल दो.
I would still go with what Anshuman said. I think up to 5 or 10 minutes. If you want to keep it to 5 minutes, जो आजकल की realistic max corporate
5 minutes 1000.
5 minute कर दीजिए.
Yeah.
और यहाँ पे
and उसके बाद you can keep for every 3 minutes. I will charge at least 1,500 to 2,000 bucks, whatever base.
Every minute.
Every 3 minutes.
नहीं 5 का अगर किया लक्ष्य तो after every
नहीं,
5
but
minutes.
क्या होगा ना, फिर अगर 6 minutes का होगा तो कोई base 6,000 हो जाएगा, which I don't know how many people would pay to people who are not experienced. I don't know.
Are you sure you want to keep it this way? Every 3 minutes 1,500? मतलब
I think so.
Preeti, I still follow that 10-minute wala, ठीक है, with my rate, whatever it is. ठीक है, I have never felt being underpaid. The client has also not felt,
up to 10 minutes, how much you charge?
8,000.
8,000 up to 10 minutes. Okay, so as a base cost, नहीं, यहाँ पे क्या है? Problem क्या है? I want a minimum number over here. Up to
3,000 is fine. हाँ.
देखो, अगर वो 1 minute का स्क्रिप्ट आए, 2 minute का आए, तो भी 3,000 कमाना चाहिए, right?
See, imagine कि मैं क्लाइंट हूँ, मेरे पास एक 6 मिनट की स्क्रिप्ट है, मैं अंशुमन को जानता हूँ, मेरे पास उतना बजट नहीं है, मैं किसी न्यू पर्सन को ढूंढ रहा हूँ, एक मेरे को कोई मिल गया जिसके पास सैंपल्स भी नहीं है, जिसने कभी कुछ काम भी नहीं किया है, और मेरे पास 6 मिनट की स्क्रिप्ट है, ठीक है? पता नहीं, एज अ क्लाइंट मेंटालिटी मैं नहीं चाहूंगा मैं उसको 4-5 हजार से ज्यादा दूं. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would say कि if I have to pay 1000 per minute, I wouldn't give it to a fresher as a client, is what I feel. जितने सारे clients से मैंने interact किया है, they wouldn't. They would definitely be looking for a sweet spot of हाँ चलो 5000 में मेरा काम हो जाए or something like that. So that's why I'm saying कि भाई minimum कम से कम काम भी ना जाए और एक इंडस्ट्री की वैल्यू भी बनी रहे. तो इसलिए मैंने बोला कि पर मिनट 1500 ऐड करते हैं. क्लाइंट को भी अगर हम ये बोलते हैं कि भाई आपका मैं 8 मिनट तक का वीडियो जो है वो 4500 में कर सकता हूँ. मतलब क्लाइंट को बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है, बट अपने दिमाग में अगर ये कैलकुलेट करते हैं तो भी
तो
यू आर नॉट
देखो मैंने क्या
अंडरवैल्यूइंग
किया,
योरसेल्फ.
आईवीआर के फॉर्मूला पे ही इसको रख दिया. बेस कॉस्ट 3000 और एवरी मिनट यू चार्ज 1000 और लेसर, उसको लेस भी कर सकते
3000 फॉर
3000 एज अ कॉस्ट. मतलब आपको 1 मिनट का है, 2 मिनट का है, मतलब जैसे आईवीआर में लिया हमने, कम से कम भाई आप मेरे पॉकेट में 1000 रुपीज डालोगे तो आई कॉर्पोरेट्स के लिए कम से कम यू विल पे मी 3000 रुपीज, इवन इफ इट्स अ 30-second कॉर्पोरेट. It won't be 30 seconds. It's not a commercial. I'm talking about a minimum cost that I will earn. It could be a 10-minute film. It could be a 10-minute film. Then I will charge. No, it will become too much then. इसको हम 500
काफी हो जाएगा. मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ?
That's what I
Is this okay now? 8000 हो जाता है फिर. अगर 10 मिनट की फिल्म आती है तो it becomes 8000. अगर 2 मिनट की फिल्म आती है तो 4000 होता है. अगर 6 मिनट की फिल्म आती है तो I'm doing all this 6000 होते हैं. I think it's sounding good. Example ले तो.
So you're saying base cost hasn't got any duration attached to it, and this
No,
is taken
it is
per
not got a
minute.
duration. Even if I get a
Okay.
1 minute corporate, I will still tell them my cost is 3000 and 500. 3500 is my cost.
Yeah, this is a good model. I like it.
Shirley?
Subjan bolo. Shirley, does it sound good?
Yes, it does. I just said yes. It's good.
Yeah.
Good. So because it's becoming too confusing, right?
Yeah. Let's keep it only.
Sujit.
Let's discuss only the base cost and per minute after that for all the
Right,
genres
right.
is what
I
I
think
feel.
that becomes wise.
Rather than going into details, because we've crossed like 2 hours now and
Yes,
we've just
I
come
think
here.
and we will close at corporates and IVR. This is the rate that is finalized. Base cost.
ठीक है.
We'll plan another next Sunday or
That's
next
fine.
Saturday, one of the day, and one of the two, and we'll finalize another 2 genres.
Let's discuss that now. E-learning and what?
I think e-learning में, it's very simple. You get to.
Finish it.
हाँ, this is done.
Chalo.
Chalo.
नहीं,
Everybody, only Lush, Shirley, and we are saying. How about Sujit?
Yeah, everybody can show of hands like if they agree.
Yep.
जब भी कर दो यदि आप बोल नहीं सकते हो या
इसका भी कर लेंगे.
This will be faster.
I think we should keep this way only. Base cost कुछ तो चाहिए.
ठीक है.
E-learning is cheaper, so 1500, and this will not be per minute actually. This will be per quarter minute. Quarter of an hour.
Yeah, per
50.
quarter.
Per quarter, okay? मतलब 15 मिनट के लगभग होगा. So per 15 minutes. Right? So 1500 or 15 here, how much will charge? Another 1500 per 15. So 3000 you'll get.
But this depends. But Preeti, this depends on what is the total. 8 घंटे का आया तो 10 घंटे का.
Exactly. इसमें हमको slabs रखने
This
पड़ेंगे.
cannot be fixed. This cannot be fixed.
Laksh, when we do the example, we'll be able to better understand. Suppose it's 1 hour. So I have 4 quarters. Right? 1500 के 4. So 6000 होता है. 6000, 7500. So per hour 7500, which is very, very respectable.
Yeah.
Matlab it's close to your standard. I think we'll reduce this base cost to 1000.
See, number one सबके लिए ये भी important है जानना कि e-learning is not for web usage, it's for internal usage. अगर वो web में use हो रहा है कुछ भी, that automatically becomes a corporate video or a corporate explainer, तो वो वाले rates apply होंगे. अगर आप e-learning कर रहे हो, it cannot be for external usage, it has to be for internal usage.
But that so we'll never come to know that how are they going
If
to do
if
it.
at any point in time we find that video on their YouTube channel or somewhere, we can always contest that. Because मेरा तो जो contract जाता है, once people agree to my rates, उसमें clearly लिखा होता है that the usage has to be internal.
Okay.
We'll
Okay.
see that. Is this just work out everybody 2 hours, 3 hours? उसका कैसे figure हो रहा है वो count करो. So every 15 minutes we are making 1,500. So hour will become 6,000.
7,500.
No, I reduced the base cost. I made it 1,000. So 7,000 per hour.
7,000. I'm okay with this.
Very good, actually, very good.
Yeah. This is fine.
Because I know.
But then
1,000
again,
Yeah.
if the number of hours, like 20 hours or something, then people have to decide on their own that what they like to charge.
Supposing 30 minutes का आता है, so it is
Like 20, after 20 hours का मान लीजिए आ गया, so
4,000.
the same might not be acceptable by the client.
See, if it is going beyond, like say 4 or 5 hours or 10 hours, obviously then they are going to give you more than your base cost, certainly, right? And you are quite experienced to pick it up, right? So there are studios, I don't want to name them. They're paying $2,000 an hour for e-learning, and I'm very sad about it. Very, very sad about it. This is so unfair. It's like
People are doing work. That's the reason.
I know they are doing. I know they are doing. And I want to stop that. Yeah? That's so nonsensical. It's like labor work. Slaves के जैसे काम कराना. I know.
Actually, base cost रखना एक बहुत अच्छी बात है. इधर पे आप जो 1,000 rupees रख रहे हो ना base cost, that is great. That is great. मैं बोल रहा हूँ, if the total e-learning amount of work that is coming to you is less than 1 hour,
yes,
you can keep it at a base cost of 1,000 plus
Yes.
100
That
rupees per
becomes a
minute.
corporate. That is as good as a corporate or a document.
Not really. मतलब जैसे एक 40 minutes का module है, समझो, like a module on empathy, right? 40 minutes का module है. Client को बस वही record कराना है आपसे. So you can.
40 minutes. Wait a minute.
Sorry.
40 minutes का है. अगर 40 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
हाँ, अगर 40 minutes का module है and my client wants me to record that particular module and that is the only work that he has for me today, then इस formula के हिसाब से I would charge him at least $1,000 just to employ me, plus 100 rupees per minute at least अगर मैं fresher भी हूँ तो, मतलब कम से कम. तो उस हिसाब से at least मेरे हाथ में 5,000 rupees आ रहे हैं 40 minutes के लिए.
Okay, so hold on. The first 15, it will become 40 minutes, so 15 minutes पकड़ेंगे ना अपन लगभग.
Yes.
But फिर भी हमारे 10 मिनट ऊपर है.
तो 10 मिनट ऊपर है तो वो भी नेक्स्ट 15 के स्लॉट में ही आया ना. उसमें थोड़ी अब उसमें ये करेंगे, अप्रोप्रिएशन करेंगे.
500 आएगा plus 500. Supposing we take it as 500 per 5 minutes.
No.
फिर 500 divide नहीं करना है. It's up to 15 minutes.
नहीं. The slot is itself 15. So if it goes in that particular slot, that entire slot will be charged.
Yeah. So this will be 3, 4.
Exactly.
5, 5,
Yeah,
5,
the same as an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, 5,000.
The same as an hour.
Correct. As good as an hour. 5,500.
Yes.
5,500. Okay, this is good actually. I think this is.
But अगर मुझे 4 घंटे का काम आता है एक साथ, and the person is employing me for that, so there has to be, okay, within an hour के अलग charges होने चाहिए e-learning के. And if you're getting.
कम नहीं हो सकता. If you take per hour, your charge is 6,000 ना. 15 minutes per के slot पे 1,500. तो 6,000 charge करो आप. So that is the standard. You should not go below that.
So you're saying that if a fresher gets an e-learning module of, let's say, 3 hours, ठीक है? तो वो 19,000 charge करेगा उसके लिए.
How many you said? How many this thing?
3 hours.
3 hours. Okay.
Yeah. So that'll be 1,000 base cost plus 6,000 for every hour. That's 18,000. 18 plus 1, 19,000.
Yes. So it's equal to 9.
Do you think for internal usage videos of 3 hours, a client would pay this to a person who does not have samples?
देखो 1 घंटे का तो आपको इस रेट से मिलना ही चाहिए पहले घंटे का, right? You can charge at this and then reduce it a little. You can negotiate. You are.
वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ, reduce it a little वाला ना.
Yeah.
उससे ज़्यादा हम लोग like एक एक minimum like if the work is going beyond an hour, I feel there should be a different rate card. Maybe you should charge either half for the next hour or whatever, that should be discussed, or at least that should be told to everybody so that they have a knowledge that वो उनके हाथ से काम ना जाए. See, at the end we don't want anybody to lose work.
मैं पहले एक तुम्हें ये बताती हूँ कि 3 hours का काम करने को आपको कितना टाइम स्पेंड करना है.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Agreed.
3 into 3, 9 hours you're going to talk. 9 hours. उसके बाद उस 9 hours का एडिटिंग करने वाले हो. तो you deserve to earn that 18,000.
I don't think it's less, Laksh.
Not at
It's
all.
not less.
It is
It's
not
not
less.
at all.
यार ये बात है ना, ये प्रॉब्लम रूपशा का है. रूपशा, you have to communicate how much effort you are taking to do that voiceover. What all do you do? You have to vocalize that all. It's not just मुंह खोल के बात की. It is so much work. You have to edit it. You have to make them. Sometimes you have to slice them. और आप
I'm not talking about that. I'm obviously you have to voice your efforts. What I'm trying to say is that if a client is looking at a person who does not have samples, who does not have work-X to show, and is hiring that person, would that client pay that person that 19,000 rupees? Is what I'm
Laksh, एक सेकंड पहले एक सेकंड. Laksh को काम करना आता है.
Correct.
The person who is being hired, does he know to deliver the job? First of all.
Yes.
Yes.
So if he knows to deliver the job, it doesn't matter वो कितना experience पे कितना fresh.
Correct. He's absolutely right.
That's the point that I'm trying to get, guys. I think
So
more than pushing rates, more than pushing rates to clients, I think we should first set this amongst all of us. चाहे हम कितने भी experience हो या ना हो. If we are pursuing this art and if we are good at it, then let's first become confident in conveying that to the client. It's not only about having samples.
The minimum criteria, apart from all the extra thing, whatever an experience gives you, the minimum criteria is to be able to deliver that job as the client expects.
Absolutely.
So if I'm doing that, doesn't matter.
और बताओ क्या 6,000 per hour is the standard. Okay, it's the bare minimum standard. You're getting 100 rupees a minute. When you are asking for 6,000 per hour, you are asking 100 rupees per minute. That is the least respectable price that a person can earn for a minute. तो आपको ये कम्युनिकेट,
Absolutely.
आप 3 घंटे नहीं बोल रहे हो, आप मुझे सिर्फ 100 रुपए पर मिनट दे रहे हो. 1 मिनट बात करके बताओ, आप 100 रुपीज दूंगा मैं आपको.
मैंने ये point क्यों bring up किया प्रीति and Anshuman is because all the artists over here who have not done this kind of a work and have tried to approach this kind of a work, most of the artists, especially the people who haven't had a lot of experience, are getting rates like 2,000, 3,000 bucks an hour to record. So
Exactly.
I just feel that at this point in time, we should also understand that it is not about only setting a rate card. It's about also confidently conveying the amount of work that you're doing to be able to achieve that to the client while negotiating. रेट कार्ड तुम कितने भी सेट कर लो, बट क्लाइंट तुमको तभी पे करेगा जब तुम बात कर पाओगे उसके बारे में.
लक्ष्य मेरा यहाँ पे एक इंसाइट मैं देना चाहूंगा.
Sure.
I hope everybody is able to hear me.
Yes.
Yeah. तो देखिए अभी ये वाले कॉल पे ना हम लोग I think we should stick to finalizing the rates. And जो भी लक्ष्य कह रहे हैं, that is also a point on how we can communicate that rate to the clients and how can we sell our services at those rates, है ना?
Yes.
Whether amateur, fresher or experienced, right?
Yes.
तो वो how वाला part अभी तो हम लोग what पे discuss करके ये call को we'll stay focused on that what part, है ना? How much?
Yeah, because
and I think
time
then
भी हो गया है. Yeah.
हाँ how part पे I think जैसा अंशुमन ने भी पहले कहा था we will need to connect again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Done. ठीक है.
I think we'll do separately that part.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Okay, we'll go back to the document.
Sujit, can you mute yourself? Good. Thank you.
We'll finish it off now. तो और कौन सा कैटेगरी लेना है? We finished IVR, we finished e-learning, and we finished corporates. I think these three work for almost.
Yeah. These are.
मतलब corporates में दूसरा भी चला नहीं, सिर्फ commercial. Commercial is what we'll have to have. Commercials का रेट जो टीवी commercials वगैरह आपको किसको मिलता है तो वो रेट अलग है. Who is doing commercials, radio jingles, and anybody is doing that, or we can take it up next time.
We'll take it up next time, Preeti. That will be better because
Yeah,
time
yeah,
bhi ho
that
gaya
would be
hai,
good.
and
नहीं,
this
नहीं,
is good
तीनों
enough
को
for today.
share कर रही हूँ. I'm sharing this in the group. Okay,
Yeah.
corporate rate and this rate, and
Yeah.
next time onwards we'll take it up. हम लोग अगला भी
Sure.
next point भी cover करेंगे. Yes, and what Laksh says, we'll communicate to everybody why this rate is valid. Okay, we'll communicate this, and it's your responsibility to communicate it to your client. Only then will you get the order. Okay? Chalo,
Right.
that's it. That's it. I'll share it in the group then.
Okay.